Hi, everyone. My name is Sherri Hall, and today I'm going to read for you a brief excerpt from my young adult novel titled The Leigheas Flower. This novel is my first foray into the fantasy genre, and I was a little nervous as I continued through the writing process of this book, but I was driven to write this story when the idea of a young girl who lived on the edge of a magical forest popped into my head. I've always wanted to write a story with a young and courageous but flawed heroine, and Anna, the main character in The Leigheas Flower, fit that bill perfectly. The magical setting and world building with the forest and the creatures that live within it were all just a bonus for me. This excerpt that I'm going to read for you is from chapter 1 of The Leigheas Flower, and our young heroine Anna is attending a bonfire gathering in her village, accompanied by her best friend Martha and some of her peers. While Anna is attempting to have fun, she is consumed by thoughts of her mother's illness, which has gotten progressively worse, and the healers in her village have been unable to cure. At the bonfire, Anna spots Maisel, the oldest woman in her village, whom some suspect of witchcraft. Anna decides to approach Maisel, despite what everyone says about her, and they strike up a conversation, which ultimately leads Anna towards the path of hope in her most desperate hour, a path that she pursues throughout the novel. It wasn't long before she spotted Maisel, the oldest woman in their village, sitting hunched over on a log by the fire. No one really ever paid Maisel any mind, and some even stayed as far away as they could, since there were people in the village who believed that Maisel was a witch who'd put a curse on them if they got a little bit too close. Anna herself didn't believe in such fanciful gossip. She approached Maisel, who didn't look up until Anna cleared her throat. "Good evening, Maisel." Maisel blinked up at her before once again casting her gaze back to the fire, and Anna could see the reflection of the flames in her near black eyes. "My child, it has been a long while since I've seen you in the village." Anna moved to sit down next to her. "Yes, I know. Mama has been ill, so I've had to stay home and help Penelope look after my brothers." Such a shame. You're the only one worth talking to in this blasted place." Anna was strangely touched. "Thank you." They sat in companionable silence before Anna heard Maisel begin muttering to herself. "Shouldn't tell her. Too dangerous. Yes, too dangerous. What's that, Maisel? What, child? What's too dangerous to tell me?" Maisel let her gaze fall to the fire again before they flicked back to Anna's face in an appraising way. "I guess you are old enough to make your own choice." "Choice about what?" "The choice to save your mother from her peril." "Save her? How? Even the doctor has lost most hope for Mama's recovery." "I've heard things. There might be a way to save her yet, but you'll need to go on a trip into the forest." "The forest? But Papa and Mama said that we shouldn't go there. They say it's too dangerous." "I think you're old enough to take care of yourself and not lose your sense. Besides, I doubt there's much time to lose. I sense your mother's condition is dire." Anna straightened her shoulders a bit at the compliment and did her best to look mature and responsible. She was, after all, only 2 years younger than Penelope, who just turned 16 last month, and she was mature for her age. "Yes, it is. You can trust me. I'm not a little girl anymore." "No, I know you're not. That's why I'm trusting you with this very secret. I've told no one else about it, and no one here but me is old enough to remember. There are the perks to being the village shrew." "A secret?" "Yes. So secret you can't tell your sister or your brothers, not even your mama. It is essential that only you know what I'm about to tell you." Anna leaned forward eagerly. "Yes, Maisel, I understand." "Good. Now, I need you to listen very carefully. You have to follow all of these instructions perfectly in order for it to work, exactly as I say. Do you understand?" Anna nodded her head but said nothing. "You can get something from the forest, something that can make your mother better." "Really? What is it?" "It's called a Leigheas flower. There's only one in the entire world, and it's hidden deep inside the forest. The flower's powers are said to be so strong that it can heal any ailment or illness." "How? Is it magic?" "It's said the flower has so much power because it was enchanted by a witch many centuries ago. She cast a spell on the flower in a desperate attempt to save her lover's life. It still grows in an ancient part of the forest where the spell was originally cast." "But Maisel, I've never heard about the flower before. How do you even know that it exists? Have you seen it?" "No, I've never seen the flower with my own eyes. Many that have been told of its existence before thought the flower was an old myth, and the flower doesn't actually exist. That's why it must be kept secret. If people believed that the flower was real, they wouldn't rest until it was found. The knowledge of its existence could mean war." Thank you so much for listening to this brief excerpt of my novel, The Leigheas Flower. I hope you enjoyed it.